Hi everybody and welcome to Wild Music. I'm Bryden. It's great to hear now that Angelina Jordan has signed with Republic Records, and even more so than being signed, that she's been able to retain a decent level of creative and artistic control over her music, from what I believe. And that's really important, as we know record labels have a reputation for doing what they want and not taking into account so much what's best for the artist, but what's best for them and promotion and getting sales. So I'm really glad to hear. In 2016, Avicii chose Angelina to do the vocals in his worldwide Volvo commercial campaign. And in this particular task, Angelina sang a version of Nina Simone's song Feeling Good. And Avicii has been one of Angelina's friends, and I believe this particular performance of Avicii's song Wake Me Up is Angelina's tribute to Avicii. And this once again demonstrates Angelina's kindness and care for the people around her and those she's met and worked with, and for her friends. So I'll tell you a little bit about Avicii in a moment. But this song, Wake Me Up, was written by Tim Avicii Bergling, Egbert Nathaniel Dawkins III, and Mike Einziger. It's from Avicii's debut album titled True that was released in 2013 and featured, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, I think it's Aloe Black on vocals, or Aloe Black. So this song was recognised as the highest charting dance track of the decade, 2010 to 2019. So that's a huge accomplishment. The song's been described as a folktronica song that incorporates elements of EDM, soul and country. And I have heard another version of the song apart from Avicii's, and this was by a country artist. So very interesting hearing the different versions. Apparently there are some other versions of the song around as well. So I'll tell you a little bit about Avicii. He was a Swedish DJ, record producer, musician and songwriter. And he was born in 1989. Unfortunately, he died in 2018, very young. And the cause was suicide. Very sad. So in 2011, he rose to prominence with the single Levels. And his album peaked in the top 10 in many countries. And his second album was Stories in 2015. And I believe this was actually nominated, or maybe not that album, but there was a song that he did with the DJ Guetta, David Guetta, I'm pretty sure. And their song was nominated for a Grammy. In 2016, Avicii retired from touring due to health reasons and the stress that was placed on him, I believe. In 2018, his album, there was also an EP that was released, Avicii 01. I believe that was in 2018. No, it wasn't. It was before then, but not long before. But in 2018, there was a posthumous album released titled Tim. Wow. I'm sure this is going to be another very touching tribute from Angelina. And I'm sure she'll do another amazing job. So let's hear her.
I dedicate this song to my dear friend Avicii. I believe love never dies. Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can tell where the journey will end. to me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. 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 Bye.
Oh, wow. Isn't that so touching? And again, it just demonstrates, it's another example of the kindness Angelina shows. And that obviously would have been very difficult for her to perform as well. Thinking about her friend Avicii, she's had to go through quite a lot, considering she's only still quite young in her life. And something like this is huge, especially to lose Avicii under such circumstances as well. So I commend Angelina for doing that, and doing it in such a respectful manner, as she always does. And overall, let's think of it as a whole product. That's a piece of art. Once again, Angelina has delivered that vocal in such a beautiful manner, and she's passed out the message behind the song. You can really understand what the song's about. It has such great meaning to her, and it has such meaning given our understanding of what happened to Avicii. So that was brilliant. Excellent vocals as always. There's so much, which I will go back to next, and I'll break it down into some little techniques or things that you could see, because it may give people something different that they haven't thought about. And well, I'm sure everyone, I mean, who wouldn't appreciate Angelina with her performances, and in this case with my video now, singing this song. But there may be things that you say, oh yeah, I knew I loved it, but that's something else that I hadn't thought of. So that's my intention behind it. It's not to break it down and super analyze or overanalyze anything, but it's to help people enjoy certain aspects of music that they may not have considered before. There's so much to love, as with any performance Angelina gives. There's so much to love, so many techniques, and because she's such a brilliant musician, she's able to do all of these things and make it look so easy. And she does. And that's the sign of an excellent musician, making what they do look so simple even when it's not. So I'm not sure who the beautiful, sensitive guitarist is. It may be Ivan Mendes. It may be one of the other guitarists that Angelina has had accompany her. But what I can say is the person playing is just demonstrating respect as well, with such sensitive playing behind Angelina. So it can really showcase Angelina's vocals. Of course, we have the instrumental section partway through, so we get to showcase this brilliant guitarist as well. I loved it. Let's go to the start. So I'll let Angelina talk and lead us in. Oh, and then I'll let it play into Angelina's first few phrases before stopping. You'll hear her beautiful, breathy vocals to begin. It's such a lovely start.
I dedicate this song to my dear friend Avicii. I believe love never dies.
Yeah.
Feel my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start.
Oh, so brilliant. And as I said, she started with very breathy vocals, and it's using most of that was in Angelina's lower chest voice. And she has such a beautiful resonance down there. There are other vocalists around that can sing quite high, but when they get into their lower voice, their lower chest voice, they can tend to lose the resonance if they're not capable of having that strong resonance. But Angelina does get that really strength, the strengthy, what would you call it? It's a resonance, really. It's a deep resonance in her chest voice that's so beautiful. And here she's also had some of that lovely vibrato as well. I'll go back again. From here.
Feel my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart.
Nice.
I can tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start.
Yes, and see, she used a beautiful little run on the word start and a bit of vibrato there. So, and I'll keep coming back to this. She's telling the story so well as well. I mean, this is such a powerful song, and she's delivering the meaning behind the song so brilliantly. But let's hear that little bit again.
But I know where to start.
Lovely. Low note too.
There to me, I'm too young to understand.
And there again on the words, the syllable stand, on understand. She gets down to that low note with such accuracy, and it's so beautifully resonant.
Though to me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream.
Yes, and I mean the meaning behind it. Yes, she is young and it's difficult to understand something like suicide at any age. But Angelina is well beyond her years in terms of, you know, her thought. I mean, you just listen to the way she sings. She's just got, you know, the feeling and the meaning behind it that demonstrates her understanding. But I mean, let's face it, who understands suicide? It's such a sad thing. But anyway, let's keep going. Beautiful start by Angelina here. So she's bringing in, again, another breathy part here. So, well, life will pass me by. Quite breathy. And she brings in some raspiness on by, which is nice too, coming up.
Well, life will pass me by if I don't open my eyes.
And then eyes, there's that beautiful ornamentation. I'll go back and play that again.
Well, life will pass me by if I don't open my eyes.
Beautiful.
Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over.
Yeah, so lift me up. And notice how the pitch rises there. It's well written because the lyrics are talking about what the pitch is going in line with the lyrics. It's like that juxtaposition that's used in composition that works so well. And Angelina broadens out her tone there, which is so effective as well.
So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and
I just have to stop it there. Some beautiful runs there and ornamentation there that she's doing, again, so delicately, but so beautifully.
All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So
and just for her to get that low note as she's done every other part of the song is brilliant. And she has such a resonance there, as I've said, and the vibrato that she picked up that time on the note, and she probably did it before, but talking about this one, the vibrato is brilliant as well.
Didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over.
Now the phrasing she's doing there, when it's all over, she's really stretched that out, which emphasizes that line really well as well.
Lost. So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
Beautiful. And I love the breaths in that she does too. They're so effective. It's just another ambient aspect to performance, and Angelina does that, and it just adds to the performance so well. I love it.
I didn't know I was lost.
Beautiful. Instrumental. Lovely.
I try carrying the weight of the world,
Beautiful resonance.
but I only have two hands.
Yes, very true.
Weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans.
Nice.
Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes.
Oh, a little bit of vocal fry there that was nice, but I particularly love the way she ornamented eyes there. It just adds to the sadness of the song. So nice though.
Not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over.
Nice the way she chopped off over and stopped the sound there. It varied it a bit too. Really well done.
Wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost.
Love the raspiness she added in there too, but it's just overall it's her creating this piece of art, or this tribute as well, that is just so touching and so beautiful.
And I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. 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 Bye.
Oh, and what a beautiful ending. That was really nice. Very touching. Wow. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to Angelina singing Wake Me Up, and I look forward to seeing you again on another reaction. Goodbye.